Hi everybody, welcome to Quarter Inch Seam. I'm so excited today because we're taking a project that was going to be a simple just placement, and I got an idea and I saw a picture on social media, don't we all, and of an oven hanging. You know, it hangs in front of your oven, you know, like you used to put like a tea towel over the handle of your oven. Well, this is actually like a little mini quilt. So that is what we are going to do with our October Breast Cancer Awareness Month project. So I don't know. Wrong way. Okay, so here's what we've got going on. Now, there's one thing that I know that I've already kind of made a mistake, but we're not going to worry about it because I don't exactly know how to fix it yet. I kind of made it up as I went. So we may have to go back and kind of rework that just a little bit. But other than that, I've got my backing, my cute little hearts. Okay, so I did 12 by 18 inches. So I have there's my front, six 6-inch squares. We appliqued some breast cancer ribbons on the front, right? So I just found a pattern online, just a quick PDF, put some heat and bond, printed it off, traced it out on some heat and bond, cut it out, put it on that. See the video from yesterday on that. And then heated them on, and bada bing, bada boom, I got, right? Okay, now there's 3 on here, okay? So 3 across the top, 3 across the bottom. And then this is the part of the project. This is the part of the project that's going to be a little bit questionable. I've done like a handle before, but I can't remember how I did it. So basically all I did, this is very, very simple. It's going to look terrible, so we're probably going to have to replace this, which is fine. But I took a 6-inch square that I had left over, folded it in 3s, put a little bit of fusible fleece inside just to give it a little bit of structure so that when it hangs, it doesn't totally droop. It doesn't totally just go flat. So I did that. And now I have those laying right in the middle of that second seam. Okay. So that when we flip it over, it should come back out, and then we'll add a little button or something on that other side. Okay. So that part we're going to play with just a little bit. All right. And I'm just using, this isn't going to be like a hot pad or anything like that, although you could make it into one. But I'm just using some basic cotton batting. Okay. Again, you could probably use fusible fleece if you wanted to do that, if you wanted it to be a little bit structured, which you may want to do. Although the batting will give it some structure too, just so that it doesn't kind of flop or droop too much when we put it on the on the oven handle. Okay. But I think it's going to turn out great. So, what did you do today? Wow! It was warm here today. This morning, It said it was going to be like 80. And, you know, kind of cloudy. Sure. Sure it is, Sharon. It ended up being, my best guess would be probably at least 85. So it was warm today. So we went and picked up some plants, went to the nursery. We went to the Lowe's. And then we got suckered in by a food truck. I gotta tell you about this food truck while I'm doing this. I gotta tell you. Okay, now, I'm going to, okay, that's the bottom. Now, we're gonna sew all the way around. Okay. Let me see if I can fix this. I'm going to stitch this and leave about a 6-inch gap in the bottom. And I learned a trick by watching a girl I think, okay, I'm not crazy about how much I have left over there. So hold on 1 second. Let's flip this over. Okay. Let's flip her over like this. And honestly, I think we're going to change this. Make it this. Okay. I want to trim this a little bit because it's just a little bit, it's going to be a little bit too bulky. Okay. Okay. Now, yeah, I like that better. Okay. Let's just trim a little bit off of this. So here's what she did, this girl that I saw earlier today. And I don't remember what channel it was. I was just kind of passing through stuff looking for something totally unrelated, and she popped into my feed. So here is what she does. When she gets to okay, that's better. When she gets to where I want to sew over here. I want to turn it in here. When she gets down to where she's going to stop, she sews in like a 1/4 of an inch or a 1/2 inch, and then sews around her project. And she says that when she goes to flip her project inside out and tuck this back in to stitch down, that it slays better. So we're going to try that today. Okay? Okay. Ready to go? Let's go to the sewing room. Let's go to the sewing room. We're in the sewing room. Maybe I just need a little more water today. So, oh, I gotta get some pins. That's what. You think this was the first time I'd sewn anything? Let's clip our little handles in place real good. And just throw a couple more around just so that we don't lose total control here. Ultimately, what I would probably do is just spray baste it a little bit, but it's not worth it. Okay. All right. Now, I'm going to start at the bottom because I really want to sew right through those handles. So, my fingernails are, we were digging in the dirt and we were planting plants. Is there anything better? All right, so let's try her method. And so, just a smidgen. It's probably good. Now, rotate. Rotate. And here we go. Okay. Turn. I will say this, everybody was out today. I'm going to sneeze. Angela, look at the sewing machine. Focus on the sewing machine, Angela. Okay. I think this is going to be cool. I saw a woman, here's what made me want to do this. I saw a woman that did a beautiful, I saw her do this beautiful Christmas one. Full-blown Christmas tree that was almost done in like a puff. And it said Merry Christmas. It was just stunning. Stunning. Okay. Get excited to share this one. Oh, it's going to be fun. So anyway, we did that, went to the nursery, went to Lowe's, started this food truck, and this guy, whoever started this little food truck business, I tell you what, this particular guy, he's making a mint. He's got like 6 or 9 trucks, and they do, very hard to describe. I only went back because Steve was like, I'll get you one, I'll get you an egg roll. You want an egg roll? I'll get you an egg roll. Come on, I'll get you an egg roll. And finally I was like, okay, fine. Yes, I want one, let's go. So we go to this food truck. In the line, there were 2 lines of like a block long. I don't wait in line for food. It's not that important to me. But he convinced me. So I'm waiting in line, and I'm trying to figure out how much this stuff is and what there is, because there's menu boards and things, sandwich boards all over the place. Well, apparently what this guy has done, now remember we're going to sew off the edge, that last little 1/4 inch, and just see if it makes a difference. Okay. So, he takes, he's got things up, macaroni and cheese egg roll, Philly cheesesteak, teriyaki cheese, the egg roll, Italian peppers and sausage. I'm like, what in the world? Well, apparently what he's done is he takes the skin of an egg roll and basically fries it with something else inside. So he fries it with pulled pork, if you wanted like pulled pork and barbecue. If you want some some macaroni and cheese in there, he'll throw that in there. And he's got, like I said, he's got like 9 trucks, and he was live streaming. It's a food truck. We used to eat at food trucks when I was in high school. We didn't have. I went to a private school, an all girls private school, Catholic school. Not private like it was something snooty. I went to Catholic school, and we didn't have a cafeteria. No. This was working families that this wasn't like a uppity, right? Anyway, we didn't have a cafeteria. So let me find my turn it inside out thingy. So for lunch, if you didn't bring your lunch, this little Mexican husband and wife who had this Mexican food truck would come, and they made burritos, and you could get like taco salad, you could get I forget what they call a sandwich, whatever, tacos, burrito. That was our food truck, and the stuff was like $1, maybe $2, $3. You get lunch for $5. Okay. This guy's selling these customized egg rolls for $18. $18. But I was already in the line, and I figured it would be enough for both of us, so we'll just call it lunch. At that point I was like, whatever. So I decided on Philly cheesesteak egg roll and Korean barbecue. She goes, do you want fries in your egg roll? No. Macaroni and cheese? In a Korean barbecue egg roll? Pass. $18. I waited probably 15 minutes in the line just to order. I'm telling you, there were 15 people in the line to order and 20 people in the line picking up their food. And he was live streaming it. He's got like 9 of these trucks. He's got cameras all over the place, and he's sitting probably in his living room, talking about what's going on at the food truck. It's a whole thing. Got a whole Facebook. I came home, and of course, because social media follows you everywhere you go now, and listens to you all the time, Siri. If you're new to the channel, I cannot stand it when you know who says, It used to be, yes, hello. Now it's, Like she's a Karen from the valley. Okay, anyway, back to the food truck story. So, order the food. We wait. To tell you how long we waited, Steve bought mulch at Lowe's. It was in the Lowe's parking lot. He bought mulch, loaded the mulch, looked around at the nursery section. I think he went and got gas. I still wasn't done. See, I did it wrong. My handles are stuck inside. Darn it. All right, let's figure out what we did wrong here. I had them tucked in. Shouldn't they have popped out when I flipped it over? Man. See? Why did they stay inside? Were they supposed to go out? Maybe that's what it was. Okay, let's see if we can salvage this idea. So we're not going to have any choice but to cut them out. So we're going to cut them out. Now, if you wanted to stop right there, you could stop right there and call it a placemat. Okay? You could surprise some. Okay. Okay, she's got a winner with the sewing in the corners. I mean sewing in at the edge. That's a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Look at this. Folds right down. Oh my gosh. All these years I've been fighting with this thing. Why didn't I ever think of that? Because I really used to just sew the handles inside, so let's not overexert ourselves. All right, now what I'm going to do, let me just make sure that's still on, is I like to press it before I iron it down. Okay, remember we're going to press all around the edge to seal it all up. So let me just press this down really quick. I'll be right back, don't go away. Tomorrow on our live, I think I'm going to get ready for our bed runner. Okay, now let's stitch this up really quick, okay? Let's stitch up the hole. And then figure out what we're going to do. Patooties. Patooties! I do have pink thread. Can't be pink. I have a pink bobbin. No, and speaking of which, where's my white thread? I don't know if I have enough to do a bobbin and all right. Hang on, let me just do a little bobbin. Because right now I've got this kind of weird gold color in the bobbin. All right. Okay. And okay. So all in all, it wasn't bad. Unfortunately, by the time we got home, it was cooler than what I had hoped, but it wasn't bad. Was it worth $18? For the both of us, yes. But there were people that were walking, people that were in front of me it was them, a couple and their daughter, and they ordered 3 at $18 a piece, plus drinks. That was like $80 for lunch from a food truck. What has happened to these food trucks? Have you seen this craze lately? You just bought your child an $18. I can't. One guy had walked out. He had like 6 containers. I was like, holy cow. So, I don't know. Come on. I'm right at the end of this roll. This spool of thread. Okay, but it's this perfect pink, and I only have a little bit left. All right. Now, because I told you guys I have to figure out what's wrong with my needle threader. I think it's just the needle is turned a little bit the wrong way. I have to thread it by hand. Okay, now, let's just get this stitched down real quick. And I'm trying to figure out in my head what to do with these handles. I'm so disappointed. Okay. Now, what you could do is you could put you could almost do some applique words in here, some kind of motivational words, you know. love, fight. I don't know. That's all that's coming to my brain right now. All right, now I gotta figure out these handles. Or you could just leave them. I think it's kind of got enough going on. I had thought about doing alternate color ribbons in the other boxes. You could do that too. All right, so here's what I think I'm going to do. I think I'm going to sew these down on the front. I think I'm going to sew them down on the front. Let's see. Like so. So I'm going to set them here and sew them at the same, right? Just sew them down right in there. Then I'm going to, actually before I do that, I'm going to flip this over. Put you two back here. See, the one I originally saw had a button. It flipped around to the top and it had a little button. It was very cute. However, okay, let's get these on. And then we may have to figure out, we may have to sleep on the solution. First of all, let's make sure that we get these, and they are the same. Okay, let's clean these up. Let's tidy these up just a little bit. So I'm just going to fold the bottom so that it's got a clean edge. Okay. I should have done these totally different. I may have to redo these on tomorrow's live. Ah, there we go. Okay. Okay. Now let's do this one. You know what I mean? Just enough to, just enough so that you don't see that all that raw edge. But like I said, I think we're going to have to redo these. I just don't think that ultimately it's going to. Okay. Now, okay, that's not bad. Now, I'm going to, I think I would prefer that these stitch on the front. So I'm going to stitch on the front so that they fold onto the back. Why do I have so many loose threads? Holy cow! What in the world? With the loose threads? There's a 6-inch piece of fabric. I'm feeling a little emotional today. I will say this, sinus issues in the fall, 150 times worse in Florida than they were in California. Springtime, worse out there. But my allergies right now, okay. One down. This was going to be, I thought it was going to be so clever. Not so clever. I mean, clever idea, but I gotta figure out the handles. Sewing them into the thing, I thought, okay, that used to be my problem with binding. I thought I was doing it right. I was convinced I was doing it right. I was convinced that I was doing what I had been told, and I wasn't even close. Okay, let's press these back so that we can kind of get an idea of how it's going to look. And then tomorrow, we'll redo the handles. Now, I mean, I guess you could do it for a yard hanging, but it's going the wrong way. And I thought this would be cute that you could hang off of the front of your oven. Are you ready? Ta-da! Is that adorable? For the front of your oven. You gotta make it. You gotta make it. And what better way to show your support for Breast Cancer Awareness Month than putting it on the front of your oven? Okay, I don't think that's relevant, but I think it's adorable, and I think it is great for on the front of your oven. Is that cute? So tomorrow, now look, if you want to do something quick, you could stitch a little Velcro back here, right? That's why I did it. That's why I folded it to the back, because then the cute part, the finished part, is on the front. And then you could just have a little Velcro in the back. Let's have Velcro right here somewhere. Tomorrow on our live, we will finish this issue. Should we do that? I think so. Okay. So tomorrow, I think we'll redo those, or maybe come up with some ideas, some suggestions on how to do those better. And tomorrow we are starting the bed runner. One of our other October projects, the bed runner. So tomorrow we'll start that, and I think that's it. We're going to Home Depot, because that's what we do. That's what we do. I shouldn't, but you know what? Actually, I should. Eat the ice cream. Eat the ice cream, go for the walk, go to the party, take the drive, say yes to whatever it is. Say yes every once in a while. It'll do you good. I love you guys. I hope you have a fantastic evening and a fabulous morning tomorrow. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Share the channel out. Share it to your Facebook page, share it to your Instagram, because you never know who might be looking for a fun place every once in a while to come and hang out. And remember, we put up new videos every night about 8 o'clock Eastern time. And The only other thing to remember is only a 1/4 inch seam. Only a 1/4 inch seam. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow, 11:30 a.m. No, yes, 11:30 a.m. Eastern time for our Sunday morning live. See you then. Get a cup of coffee and come join.